Have you ever wondered how certain events have shaped the world we live in today? It's a fascinating question that takes us on a journey through the annals of time. This journey is punctuated by pivotal moments that have significantly altered the course of human development. We call these moments turning points. They're like the hinges of history, allowing the door to swing in a new direction. Think of it as a ripple effect, where a single event can set off a chain of changes that reverberate through time, shaping civilizations, economies, cultures, and even the everyday life of individuals. From the rise and fall of empires to the advent of groundbreaking technologies, these turning points have sculpted the contours of our present reality. Each one a milestone, each one a story. These historical turning points have set the stage for the world as we know it. Imagine a time when civilization was just beginning to flourish. A time of grand cities, innovative inventions, and profound philosophies. This was the epic of ancient civilizations, a period that left an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. In the fertile crescent of Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the first seeds of civilization were sown. It was here that humanity first tasted the fruits of agriculture, writing, and governance. Mesopotamians invented the wheel, the plow, and the concept of time divided into units of 60. They established the earliest known legal code, the Code of Hammurabi, setting the stage for law and order as we know it today. But the story doesn't end there. In the land of the pharaohs, the ancient Egyptians were erecting monumental pyramids and temples, testaments to their architectural prowess that still captivate us today. They developed a system of writing, hieroglyphics, and made significant advancements in mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. Their concept of an afterlife and their elaborate burial rituals have intrigued historians and archaeologists for centuries. And then there was Greece, the cradle of Western civilization. The Greeks gifted the world with democracy, philosophy, theater, and the Olympic Games. The thoughts of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle still echo in our collective consciousness, shaping our understanding of ethics, politics, and the nature of knowledge itself. These ancient civilizations, each unique yet interconnected, laid the groundwork for many facets of our modern world. Their contributions to governance, architecture, and philosophy continue to influence us, reminding us of our shared heritage and the enduring power of human ingenuity. These ancient civilizations laid the foundation for many aspects of modern life. Ever pondered the implications of the collapse of a great empire? Picture an empire, grand and mighty, its influence stretching across continents. This was the Roman Empire, once the epitome of civilization, a beacon of power and culture. But even the mightiest fall, and so it was with Rome. The collapse of this colossal empire didn't occur overnight, but was the result of a complex web of issues, from economic instability and political corruption to invasions by Germanic tribes. Its fall sent shockwaves through the then-known world, causing a significant shift in power dynamics and altering the course of history. The consequences were far-reaching. Governance structures crumbled, replaced by feudal systems. Culturally, the Latin language fragmented into various dialects, precursors to the Romance languages we know today. This period marked the transition from antiquity to the medieval period, often referred to as the Dark Ages. The fall of the Roman Empire marked a major transition in world history. Ever wondered how the world became interconnected? We owe much of it to the Age of Exploration, a period from the 15th to 17th centuries, when daring sailors set off into the unknown, driven by curiosity, ambition, and the promise of riches. During this era, European explorers like Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan embarked on epic voyages that charted new paths across the globe. They discovered new lands, initiated contact between the Western and Eastern worlds, and laid the groundwork for the world as we know it today. The Age of Exploration had profound implications. It catalyzed the rise of global trade, as goods, ideas, and even diseases were exchanged between continents for the first time. It also sparked cultural exchange, as different societies encountered and influenced each other. However, this era also marked the onset of colonialism, with powerful nations exploiting and dominating less developed regions. The Age of Exploration significantly reshaped the world. Imagine a time of rapid change and innovation. This was the era of the Industrial Revolution, a period that profoundly transformed society and economy. From the mid-18th to the mid-19th century, the world witnessed advancements in manufacturing that were unparalleled in human history. This revolution began in Britain with the introduction of machinery powered by steam. These machines could perform tasks more efficiently than human hands, leading to an explosion in the production of goods. The textile industry, for instance, saw a dramatic increase in output, and this was soon followed by other sectors such as iron and steel. The revolution wasn't confined to factories alone, it brought about urbanization, with people flocking to cities in search of work. This shift from rural to urban living fundamentally altered societal structures. It also gave birth to a new economic system, capitalism. The principles of supply and demand took center stage, driving competition and fostering entrepreneurial spirit. The Industrial Revolution forever changed the face of the world. Ever thought about the global impact of a world at war? Let's delve into World War II, a conflict of such magnitude that it forever altered the course of human history. This was not just a war between nations, it was a war of ideologies, a clash of titans that spanned the globe from the streets of Europe to the islands of the Pacific. The consequences of this war were far-reaching, to say the least. It led to a seismic shift in global politics. Before the war, Europe was the epicenter of global power. But the devastation wrought by this conflict caused a significant shift. Two superpowers emerged from the ashes, the United States and the Soviet Union. These two nations, with their contrasting ideologies of capitalism and communism, would shape global politics for the second half of the 20th century. International relations, too, underwent a dramatic transformation. The war underscored the dire need for a global body that could mediate international disputes and prevent another catastrophic war. Thus, the United Nations was born. Comprising nations from around the globe, the United Nations aimed to foster international cooperation and maintain global peace. World War II also sparked a wave of decolonization. The war had weakened the colonial powers, and the ideals of freedom and self-determination had taken root. From Africa to Asia, nations began to break free from colonial rule, giving rise to a new world order. But perhaps the most chilling legacy of World War II was the dawn of the nuclear age. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki demonstrated the horrifying power of nuclear weapons, a power that continues to cast a shadow over global security. So, as we reflect on World War II, we see a war that not only changed the face of warfare but also reshaped global politics, spurred the creation of international institutions, and gave birth to a new world order. World War II reshaped the global landscape in profound ways. Ever pondered the power of people demanding equality? Let's turn our attention to the Civil Rights Movement, a pivotal period in the mid-20th century that forever reshaped the struggle for equality and justice. This movement was not just a demand for rights, it was a clarion call to dismantle institutionalized racism, a call that echoed from the segregated schools of Little Rock, Arkansas, to the lunch counters of Greensboro, North Carolina. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and countless others stood at the forefront, advocating for nonviolent protest and civil disobedience. They challenged the status quo, demanding an end to racial segregation and discrimination. Their actions led to landmark legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, significantly advancing social justice. Their legacy continues to inspire and guide us today. The Civil Rights Movement marked a significant shift towards equality and justice. Ever thought about the impact of a single invention on the spread of knowledge? Here's something to ponder. Picture a time when books were a luxury and information was a privilege of the elite. Then came along Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century with his transformative invention, the printing press. This wasn't just a machine, it was a revolution. It democratized knowledge, making it accessible to all, not just the privileged few. The printing press was the catalyst for the spread of ideas, fueling movements like the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. It changed how we communicate, ushering in an era of mass communication. It transformed education, making textbooks readily available and thus promoting literacy and learning. It was the precursor to all modern print media, laying the foundation for newspapers, magazines, and books as we know them today. The invention of the printing press was a game-changer in the spread of information. Ever wondered how the world became a global village? The answer lies in the advent of the internet, a technological revolution that has transformed our day-to-day lives and redefined how we communicate, share information, and perceive the world. Before the internet, communication was a slow and tedious process. Letters took days, even weeks, to reach their recipients. Today, with just a few keystrokes, we can send messages across the globe in an instant. This instantaneous communication has not only made our personal lives more convenient, but has also revolutionized business practices, enabling real-time collaboration and global networking. The internet has also democratized information. In the past, access to knowledge was often limited and controlled. Libraries were the primary source of information, and not everyone had access to them. With the internet, a wealth of knowledge is now at our fingertips. Anyone with an internet connection can learn about almost anything, from quantum physics to ancient history. This easy access to information has spurred innovation and broadened our understanding of the world. But the impact of the internet extends beyond communication and information sharing. It has also catalyzed globalization, breaking down geographical barriers and bringing people closer together. Through the internet, we can virtually visit foreign lands, experience diverse cultures, and engage in global conversations. It has made us global citizens, aware of and connected to the larger world. The internet's influence has been so profound that it's hard to imagine a world without it. It has become an integral part of our lives, shaping our social interactions, our work, and even our thought processes. The internet has fundamentally changed how we live, learn, work, and play. Yet, as with any powerful tool, the internet comes with its challenges. Issues such as cybercrime, privacy concerns, and the digital divide remind us that while the internet has brought us closer together, it has also introduced new complexities that we must navigate. The rise of the internet has changed our world in unimaginable ways. As we continue to explore this digital frontier, one thing is clear: the internet is a turning point in history that has reshaped our world and will continue to shape our future. Ever considered the impact of environmental disasters on our planet? Well, let's delve into it. Environmental disasters, whether natural or man-made, have far-reaching consequences that are often underestimated. These disasters can range from volcanic eruptions and earthquakes to oil spills and nuclear accidents. Each disaster, in its own unique way, alters the trajectory of human history. Natural disasters, such as hurricanes or wildfires, can wipe out entire communities, forcing people to flee their homes and start anew. They disrupt local economies, damage infrastructure, and can lead to significant loss of life. For instance, the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004 was one of the deadliest in history, claiming the lives of over 200,000 people and causing widespread destruction. Equally impactful, man-made environmental disasters have left indelible marks on our planet. Remember the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986? It led to the immediate death of 31 people and caused long-term health issues for thousands more. The surrounding area remains largely uninhabitable, a chilling reminder of human error's potential for destruction. But it's not all doom and gloom. These disasters, while tragic, also serve as catalysts for change. They highlight the fragility of our ecosystems and the urgent need for environmental conservation. They push us to rethink our relationship with nature, to innovate, and to find sustainable solutions. Take the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010, for instance. This disaster spurred global efforts to improve safety standards in offshore drilling and enhanced research into oil spill cleanup methods. It also ignited a renewed push for renewable energy sources, signaling a turning point in our approach to energy production. In this light, environmental disasters serve as stark reminders of our responsibility to the planet. They underscore the importance of preparedness, resilience, and sustainable development in the face of a changing climate and the ever-present risk of disaster. Environmental disasters remind us of the urgent need for conservation efforts. Because after all, it's the only planet we've got. So, we've traveled through time together, exploring events that have shaped our world, from the rise of ancient civilizations, their contributions to governance, architecture, and philosophy, to the collapse of the Roman Empire and its ripple effects. We've sailed through the age of exploration, witnessing the dawn of global trade, cultural exchange, and the rise of colonialism. We've followed the smoke trails of the Industrial Revolution, seeing the transformation of society and the birth of capitalism. We stepped onto the battlefields of World War II, feeling its far-reaching consequences on global politics and international relations. We've marched alongside the civil rights movement, witnessing the strides towards social justice and equality. We've also seen the revolution of the printing press and the advent of the internet, transforming communication and globalization. And finally, we've addressed the consequences of environmental disasters, underscoring the urgent need for conservation efforts. Each turning point in history has left an indelible mark on our world. Until next time, remember to explore, learn, and grow. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating journeys through history.